All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to another edition of the Young Guns podcast. Joined here by my co-host, The Hub, here on my channel. We've got a lot to talk about, man, especially NFC East news. We could go pretty much any which direction. Obviously, we'll probably start off with the Giants. Then we can move on to Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team. We can then move on to our next opponent in the Dallas Cowboys, and we can talk about the division leader, the Philadelphia Eagles. So there's a lot of different directions to go in today. Hub, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I could already see Ligma's already trolling. He changed his name once again to Ligma 0-4 because we suck. I forgot what it was last week, but it was probably Ligma 0-3. We suck as well. Whatever the case is, shout out to everybody in here. Bradley, Justin, Nate, Jared Williams, man. How y'all doing? Listen, as KB said, the NFC East, excuse me, I mispronounced their name. The NFC Least is terrible. And I said it before the stream. I said low key. KB was like, nah, high key. This is probably the worst division in football history right now.
It's got to be. And I don't know if you remember back in 2015 or 14, the Carolina Panthers won the division with a 7-8-1 record.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. That might be the same record we like. The Philly wins the division. They're probably gonna have like a 7-8-1.
Not winning the division. I think we both agree.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. But
it's probably gonna be like a 7-9 record for Dallas.
Yeah, it would be crazy how history repeats itself. That we get another tied team, a team that tied and had a losing record, win the division. That would be pretty shocking to say the least. But what's going on, everybody? We got Jared Williams in the building. We got Maurice Lewis. We got Ligma, the ultimate troll, but starting to come to his senses just a bit. And Jamel Fitz. What's going on, everybody?
I just want to say, Ligma, if you're gonna troll, bro, at least spell choked correctly. That's all I'm gonna say. He said chopped. Okay, bro. Just spell choke correctly, man.
Oh man, so we have some news before we actually. I mean, I think we both, kind of put our thoughts out on the Giants versus Rams game. I mean, we kind of chalked it up a little bit, on our own channel. So we'll probably save that talk for a little bit, but we got to talk about the breaking news that happened today. And that is Dwayne Haskins being benched for quarterback Kyle Allen. Let's give some context before we get into it. Ron Rivera is the head coach of the Washington football team. He was the head coach of the Carolina Panthers a year ago, and he is benching Dwayne Haskins for his former quarterback in Carolina, Kyle Allen. This is the guy that he's worked with before, that he kind of has trust in just a bit. Remember, him and Daniel Jones were kind of very similar in the beginning of that season. Their statistics throughout those games, I would probably say the first 4 or 5 games were very similar to each other. The 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, throwing for 300 yards, so on and so forth. Then Kyle Allen started to go down a cliff a little bit, and then he was eventually benched. But I think Ron Rivera does like Kyle Allen and pretty much thought about him the whole entire way, being that they signed him in the offseason, and that kind of turned heads right off the jump that Dwayne Haskins' job is probably in jeopardy. And then we have Alex Smith. Alex Smith is now considered
not only did they not bench Dwayne Haskins, but they effectively made him the third quarterback on the roster, which is like the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and that's we could definitely talk, that's so weird. Now I don't want to throw in the R word because it's not the R word. I don't think it's that. Whatever. I mean, Ron Rivera's Hispanic, for crying out loud. He's not going to just shut somebody down for just some white quarterback, right? So it's his decision at the end of the day who starts or whatever the case may be. So I don't really want to throw that in there, but it really starts to make me wonder, what on earth did Dwayne Haskins do that's that bad? Because we always talk about Daniel Jones all the time, his first 16 starts and yada, yada, yada. And
doesn't Dwayne Haskins have even less starts than Daniel Jones?
Dwayne Haskins has even less starts. And on top of that, he was also hurt last season as well, just like Daniel Jones as well. So, they were very similar as well. Now, the statistics, however, I think Daniel Jones is like far outmatching him in statistics.
But this year, Dwayne Haskins has the edge on stats.
Yeah, definitely. So it's very, very weird, and it brings up a question: why on earth? I heard he didn't even practice. He was inactive in practice.
Yeah, they
don't like him right now.
They did so much to make this guy know that basically his career in Washington is over, that they made him inactive. Which, when I first heard it, I actually thought it was a joke. I thought they were like, "Oh my God, he's so bad, he got inactive." I thought One of my subs was telling to me that as a joke. And in
Yeah.
my reaction video, I was like, there's no way that's true because that's like outrageous. That's like, I'm not even a Dwayne Haskins fan and I'm angry for the dude. But it turns out it's true.
That's correct. And yeah, I'm not, just like what you just said. I turned out to be a little mad. I was a little upset. Like, come on, this is I mean, just so you know, his career in Washington is pretty much over. I mean, talk about ruining a quarterback's morale. We always say it. You know, we always bring it up when it comes to Daniel Jones. You can't start Colt McCoy ever. Ever. You don't bench Daniel Jones. He's your future quarterback. You don't ever do it. You have to ride with with who you have and who you think you have a future with. The fact that they're going to Kyle Allen, a still unproven quarterback that had a pretty good first couple of games for being an undrafted guy, or he was drafted late. I can't remember if he was undrafted or drafted late. I can't remember. A couple years ago,
He was drafted late. I think he was like fourth. He was either a fourth round pick or a sixth round pick, one out of the two.
I think he was like late. I think he was like 6th or 7th. So you know, him being such a late round pick, you know, he's still very unproven. Like I said, I don't know if Ron Rivera is thinking that, hey, maybe he's the future. I don't know what they see in him. I'm not gonna say he's terrible, but I don't know what they see in him compared to a guy that's a little unproven in college. He had 1 season starting, but threw 50 freaking touchdowns for Ohio State. I mean, that's nothing to just bat an eye about. And I don't
he
think
did have track stars at wide receiver.
right.
I'll say that.
And I don't think Dwayne Haskins was that terrible. Like we always joke around about Dwayne Haskins, right? We always joke about how bad he is, whatever the case may be. But I don't think he was that bad to not only bench. I don't think you should bench him ever, unless you really think he's not your quarterback. You don't bench him ever. And you know, that bad to put him down to 3rd string quarterback behind a guy that has barely started 8 games in his career. I think eight or 9 or something like that. And then for a guy that hasn't played in 2 years,
a guy that still might not play for the rest of his career.
Exactly. So that makes no one.
I'm gonna let you get to Josh Valencia.
Yeah. Josh, thank you so much for the super chat.
Don't forget to highlight the comment.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for doing that. Josh Valencia, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that very much. One of my favorite Miami Dolphin fans out there. Very, very loyal subscriber. Appreciate you always joining in the live streams and the videos. So he said, "What's up, Kid Blue and the Hub? Hope y'all having a great evening. Hope you're having a great evening as well, man. Yeah, just can't wait to talk some football today on the podcast." But let me just try to read some content here. Oh yes, the Hub and Kid connection.
Shout out to MH.
Yeah, shout out to you, MH. Chase Preston in the building as well.
So here's what I got to say about Dwayne Haskins, right? I made a very short, maybe 4 or 5 minute video on it today because I was like, you know how it is. I'd be busy now with school and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I made a very quick video, but I feel like I got a lot of points across. One, if Dwayne Haskins is, as my shirt says, by the way, at teespring.com, if he is the future and the franchise, then you never bench him, just like you said. 2, Dwayne Haskins, I defend Daniel Jones all the time. I, of course, call him out on the mistakes. The same arguments we make for Daniel Jones are the same arguments they make for Dwayne Haskins. And it's sad, actually, because Washington fans, they are making that argument for him. Washington fans are not happy with what's happening with Dwayne Haskins. And by the way, we could get into this later, maybe when we actually finish talking about Washington. But if we talk about fan bases, I'm ashamed that the fact that Washington football fans are better than New York Giants fans right now when it comes to defending their quarterback. The Jets fans are better at defending their quarterback. When literally all 3 of these quarterbacks, Darnold, Haskins, and Jones, are in basically the same situation with the exception of Darnold because he has a trash head coach. That's the only exception. But every fan base is defending their quarterback except for us. But let me get back to Dwayne Haskins right now. You talk about the fact that it's only his 2nd year, just like DJ, only his 2nd year. There's no reason for you to pull the plug no matter what. Quarterbacks take time to develop. It's not even his 2nd full year. He's played less game than DJ has. This is his 2nd year now in a row where the coach doesn't even want him. Jay Gruden didn't want him last year, so obviously, he didn't learn as best as he could. And now Ron Rivera doesn't want him, so you already know he definitely did not learn as best as he could. Same thing as DJ, offensive line, that's bad. The Giants' offensive line is starting to turn a little bit, but for the first 3 weeks, they were trash. Overall, they were trash. Weapons, all Dwayne Haskins has is Terry McLaurin. You know what? That's it. You know what? Maybe that's one over DJ because Slayton's not performing up to standard, and that's both him and Garrett. But he has Terry McLaurin or bust, and that's it. You can't rely on one guy. Like, Dwayne Haskins is not the problem in Washington, and we're not Dwayne Haskins fans, but we can see that. You let him play out the year because that's what you're supposed to do with your first round pick. And you bench him 4 games into a season where he's not even like he's been performing okay. Like, let's keep it real. For the first 4 weeks of the season, we've had Washington fans and just football fans alike saying that Dwayne Haskins was better than DJ because Dwayne Haskins has performed better than DJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not only that, I mean, he's kept them in games. I mean, he hasn't really thrown away games like Daniel Jones has, and I don't know if that's feeding the fire for Tank for Trevor right now.
We're just calling it as it is.
Right, we're just calling it as it is. I mean, Dwayne Haskins really has not been performing that bad. What is he? Four touchdowns, 3 interceptions, something like that.
And Daniel Jones is 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah. So
once again, you guys know those. We're not Tank for Trevor guys, but if we're gonna obviously compare the two, because since draft night, their stories have been intertwined, and now it's even more intertwined because of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I first of all, I want to give a huge shout out. I don't know if you're still in here, man. I was waiting for the right opportunity. Okay, I guess, but Mr. Invincible, I know I used to know him as Mr. Invincible. He used to be one of in my first ever like live stream when I used to live stream the games. He's a Patriots fan. So what's going on, Mr. Invincible? I remember you. Don't worry. It hasn't been that
Nikki
long.
In the chat, by the way, my very first channel member in here.
Yeah, Nikki's in the chat as well. Awesome supporter. Dollar beer in the chat. Let me get that your hoodie in the background. Go ahead and pick it up, guys. Go to the Hub's channel and pick up his merch. The link should be in all of his
You know what? Just because you brought it up, I'm just gonna go and grab it and then just showcase it a little bit more. Bam! I can't even hold it up properly because it's a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And then it got the little Hub logo on the front. Bam! And of course, you got the T-shirt as well.
It's a fire. It's fire, man. Make sure you give me 20% of those earnings because I'm letting you pro on display.
Nah, if we're gonna work it out, it'd probably be a little bit more like 15%. You know what I'm saying? Don't be greedy now.
Yeah, gotta take what you can get, but yeah, that's just crazy news, man. And I'll tell you what, this really is a bad look for the Giants and Daniel Jones with Dwayne Haskins being benched, because now the fans are going to be rioting with pitchforks and torches saying, the Washington Redskins did it. Now, it's time for Jones, start Colt McCoy, and then draft Trevor Lawrence. I mean, they're just ready to jump off ship on Daniel Jones. It's unbelievable how off they are on Daniel Jones, yet it's the same guys that used to be so high on Daniel Jones last year and said, just wait. But the new season starts and they act like he's supposed to be Patrick Mahomes. It just doesn't. I don't understand it.
Ligma might be a troll, but he's also, unfortunately, a pretty good representation of the fan base right now. Ligma, for all his trolling that he's doing, is representing how terrible this Giants fan base is right now. We said it earlier, bro. When you got the Jets and the Washington football team fans being better than you, my guy, something is wrong. And you're absolutely right. Because of the fact that Haskins is gone, and it goes back to what I said, Haskins and DJ were always intertwined, their stories, because of draft night. Because of this, it's more intertwined now because people are going to say, look at Haskins, he was better than Daniel Jones this year, and he was benched. Why aren't you benching DJ? It's going to come up.
It's definitely going to come up. And with that, we'll segue into the Cowboys matchup this week. And it is I'm going to pose this question to you, and we can start the conversation that way. Is this Daniel Jones's time to shine? Is he going to break out, per se, for lack of a better word, break out this season against the Cowboys?
Was it you that told me that the Cowboys had the worst defense in the league?
They are historically bad. I mean, I think they're legitimately allowing 30 points a game.
Listen, bro. When you told me that, I found it hard to believe because that's a tall statement. You know what I'm saying? The historically bad defense in terms of points allowed. Yeah. Here's the thing. He's not going to get a better chance than this for a while because Washington's defense is no joke, which they have up next. And the Eagles always find some type of way, which is after Washington, to play us hard. So this is the best chance he's going to get to come out and have one of those 4 or 5 touchdown games that he had last year. The problem is, not with Daniel Jones, I still don't have any type of confidence in this offense. I don't have any type of confidence that the O-line could keep it consistent 2 weeks in a row and produce for us. I got no confidence that the running game could keep it consistent 2 weeks in a row and give us another 100 yards on the ground, which, by the way, 45 of the 100 we got last week was still from Daniel Jones. We still haven't gotten 100 from our running backs combined, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no confidence in that. I ain't got no confidence that our receivers could get open the entire game because I still think Jason Garrett's going to make them, get opened up by themselves. This is another thing. You know what? I'm going to shift your question a little bit. This is Jason Garrett's opportunity to prove that he's not a scrub as an offensive coordinator.
Against his former team.
Exactly.
At Jerry World, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it is at Jerry World.
So this is Jason Garrett's time to shine, and he better get complex with his schemes, get scheme receivers open, and stop getting this preseason vanilla play calling. Get that out of the way, because that's what it really looked like out there on the field. Preseason, play calling.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I just came in from PTA. I was watching PTA stream, right? If you guys don't know PTA chat, I'm sure the chat knows PTA. Like, everybody knows PTA at this point. Definitely go check him out. He mentioned that. He was saying, I'm thinking whether or not Jason Garrett is calling these vanilla plays on purpose, because he's using it as an experiment bet. He's using it as his preseason to figure out the kinks of this offense. Now, part of me thinks that's very stupid if that's what he's doing. He's wasted 4 weeks. Let's keep it real. This Giants defense.
Think about the payoff.
Listen, I don't care, bro. This Giants defense is elite. With an average offense, we'd be 2-2 right now. Yeah, we're beating the Bears and we're beating the Rams down the stretch with an average offense. That's how elite our defense has been.
Arguably, we were 1 play away or 2 plays away from beating the Rams. But
exactly. So listen, bro. If that's actually what's happening, Jason Garrett, bro, just get out of town right now. I already don't like you, my guy. Just get out of town. Listen, but like you said, the payoff. If he's gonna start opening up the playbook now, then I better see like a really good game. Like, this is a game more that I'm looking at Jason Garrett more than I'm looking at DJ. I'm going to keep my eye on DJ, because like you said, it's getting into about that time of the season where it's like, you got to do something, man. You got to do something. Like, something's going to give. It's either you or it's going to be the fan base, and it better be the fan base this week. So, and with Jason Garrett, you better scheme some wide receivers open, because you ain't do that last week either.
Darius Slayton, please.
You better I've been saying this since week 2. This man does not scheme wide receivers open. You better, and this is something that Kid Blue pointed out, you better have Darius Slayton as the number 1 read when DJ looks up.
Right.
Darius Slayton should not be on the opposite side of the field. I don't know what you're doing, but something's got to change. And for the love of God, don't call techno bowl plays. Don't call a straight run or a straight pass.
It looks like a flag football offense. That's what it looks like from Jason Garrett right now. Flag football and these weird trick plays that wind up never working anyway. They try to get cute every once in a while, like Kansas City or something like that, but it just doesn't work out. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm looking for in this, and it's very sad, but here's what I'm looking for in this game. I just want to score more than 16 points.
We still haven't done that. Yo, that was my bold prediction.
Yes. I just want to get over 16 points, because if we can't get 16 points, this is legitimately dead last defense in the NFL right now. No, I'm talking about the Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys dead last defense. Their passing game sucks. They allow like 400-yard passes, and they allowed a historical 307 yards on the ground last week. Okay, they cannot stop the run. They cannot stop the pass. They can't stop a nosebleed. They can't stop anything.
Well, guess what? Okay? It's going to be the worst rushing defense in the league going up against the worst rushing offense.
So something's got to give, Hub. Something's got to give, and I hope it's us. I hope this is the time that we break out our shell. We run the ball effectively. We throw the ball effectively, and we score more than 16 points. I'm hoping that is the case. But here's the thing. I don't think there's a chance in hell we win this game. Why do I think that? Because we're still assuming that maybe this team will score over 16 points, but this Dallas defense, although our defense is very good, I mean, this Dallas offense is insane this year. Dak Prescott's going off. They can't run the ball as much. That Ezekiel Elliott isn't good this year, but as far as them passing the ball is exactly what I told everybody. They're going to be unstoppable passing the ball with Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. I told everybody in the beginning of the season when I was gushing about their offense, and they're showing up. Dak Prescott doesn't need to be elite when you got all the elite guys around you.
Take off your New York Giants shirt.
Whatever. I told you guys that this Cowboys offense is going to be insane. So I don't think we're going to win this game. I don't think there's a chance in hell we win this game.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only Giants fan on YouTube right now that has like the utmost faith in our defense.
I love our defense. Don't get me wrong.
I get you love our defense.
They still break.
I'm gonna attack the one point that not only you brought up tonight. Earlier from 7 to 9, I was on Fitz Vegas's channel, and this point came up as well. And I told him I have confidence that our defense can stop the Cowboys offense. He said the same thing. He actually said that this Cowboys offense is so powerful that he's going to need to see it to believe it, that our defense could stop them. Here's why I got so much faith in our defense, bro. Without our 2 starting safeties and arguably 3rd starting safety, because Julian Love be at safety and cornerback, and without a legit number 2 cornerback, we are currently the 13th overall defense in the league. And honestly, we're better than that, because I really am starting to think that week 3 game against the 49ers was just an outlier. It was like an aberration. That's never going to happen again. So I legitimately think our defense is fringe top 10, which it already statistically is because it's at 13. So with our 2 starting safeties, McKinney and Peppers in there, we're probably in the top 10, but let's not talk hypotheticals right now. Let's talk what it is. We held the 7th overall passing offense in the Rams to under 200 yards. Under 200 yards and just 1 passing touchdown. We held the 3rd overall rushing offense in the Rams. 3rd overall. They were averaging damn near 200, nearly 250 rushing yards a game to under 100 rushing yards on Sunday. This Rams offense was no joke, and this Cowboys offense, it is better than the Rams. But after what I saw from that, because the only person that went off was Cooper Kupp, and that was on 1 play. Robert Woods was quiet.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Robert Woods was quiet.
Oh, yeah, Robert Woods was quiet. They were trying to hey, the same thing that we wanted from Darius Slayton, they tried to do with Robert Woods. They tried to scheme him open, get him on those sweeps, and it was just shut down.
Shout out to the homie James Bradbury. Best.
Now Patrick freaking good. I want to give a quick round of applause to Patrick Graham because he was literally the only coach, only position coach or coordinator that I had a question mark about. I loved all the position coaches. I even loved Jason Garrett. I mean, who?
Your camera's out of focus a little bit.
Yeah, come on, come back to me, baby. All right, but I was literally had no question, no doubts about any other coach. The biggest question mark for me was Patrick Graham. And if you look right now, I probably the best coordinator job right now is going to Patrick Graham. You know, not even McGahee with the special teams.
Patrick Graham's the best coach we got right now. By far.
McGahee is great, but our special teams isn't as great as it was last year. It's good, but we have to, you
could tell they're missing Corey Core.
Yeah, you could tell they're missing Cody Core. They could have used Corey Coleman. We could have used some gunners. It sucks that we don't have Corey Core. Cody Core was such a huge piece of this.
Such good chemistry on that special teams.
And so Patrick Graham has thoroughly impressed me. Along with other position coaches, but he really shocked me. My only gripe with Patrick Graham was that Cooper Kupp. Because if you think about it, I said this in the video, but all the way at the end, so I don't know if everybody caught it. That Daniel Jones play where he threw an interception, we were close enough to kick a field goal, were we not? If the game was still 10-9, because I guarantee you, if Patrick Graham doesn't call that cover zero blitz, cover zero corner blitz, that we would have that score 10-9 with Daniel Jones driving down the field, and we would have needed a field goal to win that game. But everybody wants to throw it on Daniel Jones, and that's fine. That's understandable because at the end of the day, he had the ball in his hands last, so he had to make a play.
You know why I give Patrick Graham a pass? Because of everything you just said. The man is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league right now. That's why I give him a pass.
Don't get me wrong. I think he did great things, but I can't give him a pass on that, man. That was the only big play in that entire game that the defense let up. And
tell me not though, is that not his only mistake all season?
Right, it was his only mistake. But then we could equate that to Daniel Jones sometimes, like that game. His only mistake pretty much was throwing that interception, but yet
that was his only mistake that game. That was Patrick Graham's only mistake all season.
Right. I completely understand what you're saying. But still, I know I hate talking hypotheticals on this. And by the way, shout out to She Got Sports, Lauren in the building. What's going on, Lauren? Glad you joined in the stream. But I hate talking hypotheticals. I wish this actually happened, but just think about it. Think about if Patrick Graham, because the guy does not blitz. How many times do we just see 4-man blitzes, right? We get to the quarterback with just 4 men. Why do we have to send the corner blitz there? I thought it was a bad call. If they were playing zone defense, I know, just by watching film, I know they suck at zone defense. He should know they suck at zone defense. Why are you calling a cover zero corner blitz with no single high safety at all? That's what a cover zero is. There's no single high safety. So you just got nobody in the middle of the field. The linebackers are biting off of whatever. I don't know if there was play action on that play, but they bit and there was nobody in the middle. Cooper Kupp was by himself. Not anybody within even the screen, even the television broadcast, there was nobody there. So that was really what screwed up the Giants' chances of winning, but it's all hypotheticals because, had that not happened, how when you were saying in the stream, it's very impossible to think that we're going to stop this offense 4 times in a row.
And that's exactly what happened.
Right. And we almost did 4 times in a row. It was that 4th drive that was a touchdown, but we were doing great up until that point, So if we would have just kept it going, stuck with what we were doing, maybe we stopped them for a 4th time. And then maybe on that final possession that Daniel Jones has, he goes down the field and just kicks it and gets in position to kick a field goal, and we win the game. Well, we win the game 12-9, right?
It is a hypothetical.
12-10. 12-10.
Listen, it is such a hypothetical because I can't even get into it because that's assuming that that everything else goes the same and that we are in that position again at the end of the game to kick the field goal.
I believe you had the trust in the defense. I believe the defense would have held out the whole way because they didn't do anything the rest of the time. After they scored a touchdown, that was it. I mean, they
didn't do anything the rest of the time. You know why? Because I legitimately think they're like, yeah, we don't need to do anything the rest of the time. This offense is trash.
We scored over 17. We're good.
Yeah, that's legitimately it.
We got over 16. We're at 17. We're all right.
Going back to what originally started this tangent, though, but that's why I got faith in the defense against the Cowboys.
Later, Jamel. See you.
Peace, Jamel. And shout out to Intelitech. He's just tuned into the chat, and BBP as well. But that's why I have so much faith in this defense. I do think this defense could hold the Cowboys down because I think we had a very comparable offense in the Rams. And I mean, the Rams, they did beat the Cowboys. So, I mean, you know what? At one point, the Rams offense outperformed the Cowboys offense. So I do think our defense could hold the Cowboys, I want to say, to around 21 points. If there's anybody that's going to lose us, this game is the one thing that's been losing us the game the entire season, and that's the offense. They haven't scored over 16 points since week 1, and I don't know, unless I really hope the Cowboys defense is as bad as you say it is, because it's kind of the opposite. I have so much faith in our defense, but I don't believe the Cowboys defense is as bad as you say it is. So I hope they are, because then we are scoring more than 16 points.
Points per game they're giving up. All right,
but look at the offenses they faced, right? You faced the Falcons, who are one of the best offenses in the league. Okay. Let me pull up. Who else did they face? The Rams, who are also one of the best offenses in the league. The Browns, who are currently one of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah, they weren't good. Their breakout game.
That's not my point. That's not my point. Who's their 4th opponent?
Huh? Us.
No. Their 4th opponent in the season.
Well, it was the Browns last week. And first off, it was the Rams. Then it was the Falcons, and they shouldn't have won that game against. Think how bad the Falcons are right now. They shouldn't have won.
That's not my point, bro. That's not. I'm talking specifically offenses. Those two you just listed, top 2 offenses, not top 2, but top offenses in the league. Who is the 3rd opponent?
Who was their 3rd opponent?
Let me pull up Cowboys schedule.
Yeah, who was their 3rd opponent? They lost. No, they won.
Seahawks.
Yeah, they lost.
Seahawks are their 3rd opponent. Another top offense.
Okay.
You see my point here?
I get your point.
While their defense is trash, another part of the reason they've been allowing so many points is because they're going up against offenses that's putting up points in bunches.
Okay, I get your point. But when did Seattle score over 40 points this season? Then tell me, when did the Browns
over 40? They never scored over 40.
How much did they put on the Cowboys?
38.
Close to 40. Okay. When did they?
You want to know when they did that? Week 1 also they put up 38.
Against who?
Falcons.
You see my point? The Falcons.
You're making the same point as I am, because the Falcons, while the Falcons are choke masters, I know, while they're choke masters, they faced great offenses. The Falcons as well. And I'm not about to get into defending Falcons because there is no defending Falcons. But the Cowboys offense, you're arguing that they give up so many points. Mm-hmm. It's partly because they're bad, but it's also partly because they've gone up against some elite offenses.
Trust me when I say I understand that point, but at the same time, the Browns, although they're a good offense, they put 49 points on the Cowboys, and then you would think that they would be able to stop them sometime, right? And just stop somebody, right? They can't stop anybody. I know they're facing good offenses, but my God, 38 points. 40 points, 49 points, but the Rams 20 points. They lost that game, but the Rams 20 points. That was the least amount they scored. They allowed this year. I know our offense is terrible. Our offense is not compared to those. Out of focus. Our offense is not compared to those other offenses, but I still think we can get over 16 points. but I just don't think we're gonna hold out in a shootout against their offense. That's how I see it right now. I think it's gonna be.
It's funny because it's literally the opposite for me. I think we can hold them down in a shootout. I just don't think we could keep up in a shootout.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a 31-20 type game. 31-20.
That's a blowout.
It is a blowout. That's what I said. I think we'll get over 16, but I don't think there's a chance in hell we're winning this game. I can't see.
I do think there's a chance we're winning. I legitimately do think there's a chance we're winning. I will have to see it to believe it, though. Just because I say I think there's a chance to winning, don't expect me in my preview video in a couple of days to be like, "Oh, the Giants win." No, I'm not saying that.
Just so you know, it's gonna be Clash of the Titans when the Cowboys offense is on the field and the Giants defense is on the field.
Yes.
But it's gonna be a circus when the Giants offense is on the field and the Dallas Cowboys. We're gonna see drop picks, drop balls, fumbles, all the interception, all that.
It is. You know what? People are making fun of this game because honestly, it is going to be a bad game because it's two of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
But you just point out something great. You got one of the best offenses in the league, if not the best offense in the league after Kansas City, going up against one of the best defenses in the league. And people don't realize that it's one of the best defenses in the league, but it is. That's going to be like grade A 5-star football right there. But on the other hand, it's exactly what you say, bro. You about to get clown shit going on.
Yeah, She Got Sports says, I think the Giants are going to go score 21. All going to be field goals. And you know what? That's not even a bold prediction because the Giants haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. Okay, they've scored a total of 6 field goals in 2 games.
How many quarters has it been?
Oh my God. I think it's over 8, obviously, because it's 2 games. I think
it's like 7 or 8 quarters, yeah.
I think it's 9 quarters. 9. So 2 full games plus another quarter. So yeah, that the Giants.
Word, are you tripping, bro? He said the Giants defense is ranked 26th.
It is not
tripping.
It may no
up right now.
26th against the run. I think that's
what
he's
talking about. It's actually what is it?
It used to be 20.
It used to be, but it's like in the teens against the run, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they improved because of how good of a game they had against the Rams. So, yeah, bro, I'm on Pro Football Reference right now. As I said, the Giants' defense overall is 13th. Their passing defense overall is still elite at 8th overall. And the rushing defense improved a lot. You're not going to guess what the rushing defense is ranked right now, bro. You're definitely not, but guess.
18th.
11th.
What? Already? We jumped from 24th to 11th?
Because that's how good of a game they had against the Rams. They held them under 100 rushing yards.
Me and you said it. You and I said it. That 24th in rushing defense was not a good.
Actually, how good they are, yeah.
Right, because it was always in garbage time that they were freaking David Montgomery had like 50 yards on like almost 20 attempts like in that game, and then he started going off in the fourth quarter. Okay, so the Giants defense is absolutely elite, but like 2016, I hope we don't waste the opportunity. Like, I know we're not going to do anything this year. It's fine. I don't care. I've accepted it at this point. Okay, we're not going to do anything this year, but damn. Don't waste this defense because I want to pick up momentum next year and keep this defense good,
bro.
And then have our offense develop. Score more than 16 points for crying out loud.
I want this defense to carry over into next year because next year we're going to have our 2 starting safeties and possibly one of the following 3 or even 2 of the following 3 where we're going to have a legit number 2 cornerback, whether that's if Ryan Lewis, who was really good against the Rams, continues to be really good, or we're going to have another linebacker next to the elite Blake Martinez. I said it. He's been my guy since for a while now. The elite Blake Martinez in Micah Parsons.
So is James Bradbury elite?
Yeah, in Micah Parsons or somebody from the draft or a legitimate pass rusher. And can you imagine how much the Giants defense jumps up then?
Just remember, we're going to let go of either Dalvin or Leonard Williams. We can't keep both. So
I think that BJ Hill would be serviceable as a replacement. And even then, I think we would probably do a rotation. We have a lot of defensive tackles. They're not going to match what Dalvin or Leonard Williams is going to leave, but they'll be serviceable.
So if it were up to you at the end of the season, are you letting go of Leonard Williams or are you letting go of Dalvin Tomlinson?
I got to see at the end of the season. I'm going to have to see then.
That one's definitely hard for me because I like where Dexter Lawrence is right now, but you got to imagine if Dalvin Tomlinson leaves, you'll probably put Dexter at nose,
which I don't like. It makes sense because of his size, but I don't like it.
Right, I don't like it either. But I think that's probably what they would do.
Because if Dalvin leaves, BJ Hill is too small, and BJ Hill is not a run stuffing D tackle.
He's not a nose. I remember Dexter Lawrence is a nose. I mean, that's what he was in college, pretty much. That's pretty much what he mostly ran. So he is a nose. So they'll probably put him there. But man, I think he's perfect in that 3 technique, man. I think that's where his niche is in the NFL. But
so in that case,
I'd probably go Williams.
The reason I don't is because he's a legit. Okay, I won't say legit. He's a very effective pass rusher for
very effective pass rusher, but at the same time, is he $20 million effective?
He's not. He's not, right? But I don't know why. Maybe I'm assuming the best out of him. I think he would come down from that insane price tag.
Yeah, I hope so. Philly Notion, he's a Philly YouTuber, if I'm not mistaken. He commented on a video. I wasn't able to respond to him, but what's going on? Great stream, Kid Blue. Don't be okay. Settle for this garbage y'all displaying. Y'all have one mission this week: beat Dallas. I still believe in y'all one game. Yeah, Philly Notion. I know you're a Giants fan just for this week because you want to.
Shout out to Philly Notion. I've actually been. I watch his live streams. Very entertaining, dude. You guys should definitely check him out even if you're not an Eagles fan. Been commenting on a couple of his videos. Philly Notion needs to get back to me on Twitter, bro. I hit him up on Twitter at one point. Man says not get back to me. So you're here now. You know now.
Yeah, man. So I mean, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Dalvin Tomlinson and Leonard Williams. So I'd rather pay Dalvin the $15 million than pay Leonard the 20. And so because I just don't like what the defense is going to look like if we let go of Dalvin. I know the more important player is probably Leonard Williams. I'm going to accept that, but I just don't want to see Dexter inevitably move to nose tackle. That we have to probably move BJ Hill. He'll probably be the other side. He'll probably fill in Dexter Lawrence's place while Dexter Lawrence is playing nose. Put BJ Hill the other defensive end spot and leave Leonard Williams there. I can understand that. Maybe I'll be a little bit okay with that, but Leonard Williams really needs to not only show up in the run game, which he's doing a phenomenal job at. He's great at that. But if you're going to pay $20 million, you got to rush the passer and get some sacks, force some pressure, get some sacks, start showing up on that stat sheet because, run stuffers only get paid like $16 million. If you want to be a pass rusher, you want to get paid $20 million. You got to be a pass rusher as well.
Yeah, like I said, if his price tag at the end he's still demanding 20 mil, then yeah, he's going to be the guy to let go.
Right. So I hope somehow we can work something out and keep them both. We can't give the franchise tag for Leonard Williams again because it will just like go crazy in price. If the Giants would put it on Dalvin, you have to pay him $16 million for 1 year.
You know what we should do actually? This offseason, place the franchise tag on him and trade him. Because I feel like at this point a team would actually trade for him because he's having a good season.
Yeah. I think everybody is paying attention to the Giants' defensive line this year. Not so much the edge rushers, but the interior defensive line, because everybody's like, oh, look, Leonard Williams on the Giants now. Oh, he's playing pretty well. Because
talk about edge rushers. Can we talk about Marcus Golden? Because I've been talking in the stream we did. I've mentioned Marcus Golden's name so many times, and I still don't know why he isn't, being given snaps. He's been given snaps behind not only O'Shane but behind Kyler Fackrell as well. And that's no disrespect to Kyler, because guess what? Kyler's been producing when he's out there. Kyler Fackrell is worth the money. He's worth $4 million.
I'm going to be honest. He's been looking like the best pass rusher so far we've had.
He has been looking like the best pass rusher.
I wanted Lorenzo to break out, but.
Exactly. And you know what? I stand by what I said during that stream, what I've been saying for weeks now. Marcus, if in a starting position and getting starter snaps, would still be our best pass rusher, just like he was last year. For some reason. And listen, I'm trusting Patrick Graham because we praise him so much and he's doing a great job. But why in the world is Marcus Golden not in the game more? As soon as he came in for Fackrell, those snaps, and I don't know why he's behind him, but you saw as soon as he came in, he was doing work.
Yeah, he was. And him and Dexter Lawrence slammed down a running back
from hell.
Yeah. Was that a running back?
It was. I can't even remember.
I don't know what it was, but both of us were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, you got murdered on the field.
I was in the middle of commentating it. I was like, I could even speak. That was insane. I was surprised there was no penalty or fine for that.
Exactly. I'm telling you, listen, pull the plug on O'Shane, bro, because the defense is doing so great. Maybe I'm wrong. Pull the plug on O'Shane. Literally switch him and Marcus, bro. Give Marcus O'Shane snap and give O'Shane Marcus's snaps. And I think we'll be even better than we are right now.
I'm never the guy to like just straight up believe this type of stuff, in the offseason, like, oh, this person working with this person, but he was working with OC Umenyiora this offseason. So I don't know what the hell happened with that, but he's looking like the worst pass rusher we have right now. As far as the guy that's getting snaps, like Carter Coughlin doesn't really count. But as far as the top 4 guys that we have right now, O'Shane is definitely at the bottom by far. I mean, Lorenzo is actually getting pressure, and Marcus Golden.
Lorenzo is the most consistent out of the 4.
He's the most consistent. Kyler Fackrell is out there, has a couple of good plays, but disappears. And then Marcus Golden comes in when he can, but he does the most out of his opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, we have to shift it to Matt Parrott, our guy, Matt Parrott. My guy, Matt Parrott. UConn Huskies. You got to be thinking, hey, maybe he gets the start.
I got to be thinking, hey, why'd you sub him out in the second half?
I don't know. Joe Judge was asked that question. I can't remember what his response was, but I have to imagine it was some cookie cutter crappy answer. So I don't even care.
I just want to say real quick, it's funny you say that. I commented on one of the Giants videos that I'm tired of Joe Judge's cookie cutter press conferences, and I got roasted. Apparently, not everybody can see that it's cookie cutter press conferences.
You know why? Because Joe Judge is the hot topic in Giants.
It's not like I'm criticizing the guy. We love Joe Judge, but his press conferences are trash.
Right. When everybody's hearing this, that we're kind of like talking about Joe Judge's press conferences, it's no different than Tom Coughlin's. It's no different than anybody else's, any other great coaches out there. Bill Belichick has the most cookie cutter answers you could probably. I mean, the guy is a one-liner. He's a one-liner. Okay, so as far as Joe Judge, what annoys me about Joe Judge a little bit. Not saying I don't like the guy. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. Just a quick disclaimer. But one thing that annoys me about Joe Judge is that he gets all bold, right, on the camera and starts talking like bold. But then when he's asked these tough questions, he just beats around the bush. He starts stuttering. I'm like, you're starting to show your colors a little bit, Joe. You're starting to show.
I would say like he's just showing that he's a rookie head coach when he starts to stutter and stuff.
Right. And you show some, I guess humility, like show that you're human a little bit, man, because we don't want to think that you're a robot because you're setting your expectations really high. I mean, ever since he got in the building, I mean, even though I was more of a realist this season, I was actually optimistic because of, his press conferences and because of the motivation he seems to be giving the team, how much they like him. It set my bar high unconsciously. Unconsciously, I thought we would actually put more of a effort on the field, and right now that hasn't been the case. So,
for what it's worth,
he should probably start showing a little bit more like he's human and that, this team and he are making mistakes,
For what it's worth, we both think he's a good head coach. He's improving every week. He's improving week by week. Right. And you know what? Something I forgot to mention, both in my pros and cons video and my reaction video and during the stream, like after the stream, like I got a burp, but it's not coming out. And now the burp is gone. That's so weird. Anyway, the thing I forgot to mention was, as disciplined as this Giants team looked on Sunday, it was the most undisciplined game they played. And it was just, they had like 5 penalties, which is crazy to say that that's the most undisciplined game they have.
Right. We've had games where it has like 10, 11, 12.
Exactly. But the team is improving week by week in some way or form. The offensive line still wasn't great, but it improved with the run blocking. And the biggest thing, we actually had time of possession on the Rams. We beat the Rams in time of possession last week.
Up because the past 3 weeks was, just terrible. We were setting records as far as time of possession goes, not in our favor. The past 3 weeks we were setting records, so that's a good stat that you mentioned as well. So
getting back to Matt Parrott though, like I said it during the stream, I like as soon as halftime came back and I didn't see Parrott in there and I saw Fleming, I was going ballistic. I know Kid Blue remembers it. I'm like, why in the world nobody could find a reason right now to tell me that Parrott shouldn't be in there? Because guess what, he came in and the offensive line gelled, bro. It's like he came in like the missing puzzle. The offensive line started like looking like an offensive line. They started looking how we expected them to look from before the season began. They were gelling in pass protection. They were gelling in run blocking. That was the drive the run game started going, by the way, guys. That drive before the half where Matt Parrott was in there, that was where the Giants' run offense actually started getting some positive yardage. So I was super confused when Cam Fleming was back in there. And there's no reason he should be starting on this Sunday.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch the press conference.
And
And
the film.
asked it because somebody did ask it, and I wasn't able to see it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see there. I mean, Fleming was our best graded lineman last week. Was he? Because I recall
I
he was
listen. Here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, because it's not like he gave up a sack or anything. It's not like he had a penalty or anything.
right there, but there were a couple of times in run blocking where he just got freaking beat. Just
Mhm.
just plain out beat. Pear is not ready. Oh god, don't make me have to do a film review on him too, man. Oh, you guys don't want me to start getting going,
Listen,
man.
maybe Peart
Ready.
isn't ready. Maybe he isn't, because we only saw him for a drive.
Yes, but what did he do in that? He showed out. He showed out. And he's been showing out. Even in college, he's been showing out. You know, he's able to handle. Listen, Parrot has the fundamentals down, like for the most part, the technique, the kick sliding. You know, I watch a lot of offensive linemen. The kick sliding is there, the technique is there, the poise is there. He's not very jittery. He's not overly jittery where a guy can beat him and hit a stunt on him, and he's just gonna get confused or do a ballerina spin like what Cam Fleming did in week 1. Okay, Cam Fleming seems to have the poise and calmness that when he's facing
I
an
think you
edge.
mean Matt Peart.
Parrot. Yeah, that's what I meant. When he's facing edge rushers and speed rushing off the edge, he's able to kick slide, go back, and get to the pass rusher and not get too jittery. Like, for example, Nick Gates, when he was starting to get beat, he would start to just pedal back. He'd say, "Screw kick sliding. I'm just going to pedal back and make my way to the pass rusher." So I think Parrot is ready. I said that Parrot would be ready by week 4, and he showed, and they put him out in week 4. So he's on track in my book. He's on track to start soon. And we're going to see Matt Parrott starting consistently at the end of the season. If they're putting him in for one drive just to see what he is, that means they are actually considering it. They're actually considering putting him in. So
I mean, I think we all knew they were considering it from the beginning. It goes without saying that Fleming was just was just a placeholder.
right. So
Now,
the Talking Giants film. I know I seen Talking Giants do film reviews. I never watched their film. I don't watch anybody else's film reviews because I don't like to sway my own opinion. But
real quick, I just want to say on one of Giants' view, not his last comment, but the comment before that, he asked, "Who do you guys think is going to cover Gallup on Sunday?" Very good question. Gallup is the number 2 receiver. Whoever took care of whoever you deem the number 2 receiver on the Rams, whether that's Cup or Woods, that's who I'm hoping is going to do it. Of course, the problem lies, and we ain't got nobody to cover CD.
yeah, we don't got nobody on CD. Well, CD is going to be covered by Darnay Holmes, and I'm not. Rookie on rookie action. I'm not really prepared for that. I don't know. I think when it comes to rookie on rookie, when it comes to wide receiver versus DB, I think wide receiver always wins. I mean, so. And just Nate says Daniel Jones will not throw no more interceptions. For the rest, that's a double negative actually. So you're saying Daniel Jones will throw interceptions next season because will not throw no more interceptions for the rest of the season. That's a double negative, man. Because yeah, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. You're saying he will throw interceptions. It's a different league. Even Dak with one of the best O lines improves. Come on. What do you mean? Even Dak.
He's probably responding to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Because right now, the Dallas offensive line is not that good this year. I think it's middle of the pack. Just Nate with a $2 donation. Not what I mean. He's gonna be the GOAT. I know what you meant to say, just Nate. So Nate, I'm just messing with you, man. But thank you for the $2 dono, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Sajid said Trevor Winston. Is that a insult to Trevor
Lawrence?
Lawrence? Hold on. But Trevor Lawrence doesn't even throw interceptions.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's just hopping on the Trevor Lawrence's bad train.
Justin Pryor. I'm dead, Terrell Pryor. That's funny. But Kid Blue, I'm talking about DJ Scrambling. What was he talking about? Oh, TJ Scrambling.
Which, by the way, he took the ankles of Samson Ebukam.
Oh, my God. Twice. I think twice.
The second time was worse because, like, Ebukam's ankles were literally, I saw them on the field separated from his body.
Second time was absolutely insane. I think we both screamed on that play, too, live.
Yeah. I think you forget. DJ, he played basketball um in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's a multi-athlete guy.
From my guy Eli, just like Eli. I'm telling you, that's his son. I'm telling you, it's his son.
Listen, Eli can never cross anybody up like that. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But listen, everybody knows my theory. They're 16 years apart. I think Eli, because he was a little troublemaker in high school. I think
Eli was out here messing around.
he's messing around, going out to them parties, and got a girl pregnant. I'm telling you right now. I don't know. I got to see what.
Listen, you didn't hear it from me, but I heard that when Daniel Jones left his house on draft night, he told his dad, "You're the man of the house now."
I'm dead.
There was so many memes going around when DJ was drafted, making him out to be like the most like the best quarterback ever, and look how much the fan base has flipped.
Yeah, I know. I know. This fan base does not know what it's like to develop a quarterback because it's been so long. And you know what's funny? And I know we're both young, right? We're the young guns. I know we're young fans, but we kind of have our head on straight. I noticed something, and that's the younger generation that really wants Trevor Lawrence. I know there are some older folks out there that really want Trevor Lawrence, but one thing I will say is that it's a lot of the younger guys, and that are Giants fans, that they always had Eli in their life. Eli was always developed. He was always fine, but they don't know what it's like to develop a quarterback. I somewhat know what it's like. I've seen the Eli development years for the most part. Of course, I can't remember it too much, but I have my head on straight. I know what I'm prepared for. I've looked back. I've watched all the documentaries on Eli. I know his history. Okay, so I know what he's done. I could pull up a quick comparison here. Won't be able to share the screen because it's on my. I could probably share the screen. Matter of fact, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll share the screen and show you guys the newest article I wrote on fanfan.com, fanfannetwork.com. Make sure you guys go check it out. I wrote an article saying, is Daniel Jones really the future quarterback for the New York Giants? So let's share screen. Oh, share screen.
You got to add it to remember.
Application window. This share. All right. So you guys looking at my screen right now. All right. So this is the article I wrote, and this is where the comparisons are. You can compare Daniel Jones to Eli Manning in their first 16 games. This is not just one season. This is just the first 16 starts, because you guys know that Eli Manning didn't start a full season as well from 2004 to 2005. That's where his 16 games took place. If you guys could all see this, I know StreamYard doesn't really display it that largely, which sucks.
No, it was good. Leave it. It's actually a pretty good size.
Okay, cool. So you see Daniel Jones here, six, not nearly the amount of attempts. Obviously, this is a different league now. It's more of a passing league. So obviously, these are kind of skewed a little bit. A whole 900 yards more than Eli Manning, but almost 200 more attempts. So but you look at the touchdown, the interception ratio is very similar. 5 more touchdowns for Daniel Jones. Quarterback rating, about 20 more for Daniel Jones. And then I also compared him to, by the way, the record for both of these guys. Eli Manning had a 7-9 record, but I also put a little disclaimer in here that Eli also had a really good offense, a stout offensive line there in 2004, 2005. Very good offensive line. Also had one of the best running backs at the time and the best Giants running back of all time, and Tiki Barber to work with. So he had a lot to work with in his first 16 games with the New York Giants. Daniel Jones has Saquon Barkley hurt, and pretty much both years that Daniel Jones was there, Saquon Barkley has been hurt. And then I also compared it to Peyton Manning as well. Peyton Manning is more comparable to Daniel Jones. Look at the yards, very comparable to Daniel Jones, 3,899 to 3,739, 26 touchdowns, completely similar there, 28 interceptions with a 56% completion percentage. That's insanely bad. Also with a 3-13 record. The guy damn near pulled off a 30 for 30, 21 years before James Winston did it. All right. So he would have been, the face of the 30 for 30. Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. All right. So this is what I want to tell you guys. Just be patient when it comes to Daniel Jones. I know we all want to see Daniel Jones develop, quicker.
No, we don't. Not all of us want to see Daniel Jones develop. Only some of us do.
Some of us want to see him fail so we can get Trevor Lawrence. But
Yeah.
not everybody's going to develop like a Patrick Mahomes. Not everybody's going to develop like, like a Lamar Jackson, if you guys want to say that. Not everybody's going to develop like that, or Kyler Murray, right? Not everybody develops in that way. Some take a little longer than others, but the payoff is good. You don't want to, think about all the first-round picks we've wasted the past couple of years, guys. Okay? It's unthinkable. Eli Apple, this is awesome off of my head. Eli Apple, Eric Flowers, Odell Beckham Jr., we might even get rid of Saquon Barkley. I mean, we've got a bunch of first round picks that we don't even have on the roster anymore. So we don't want Daniel Jones to be the next guy up in getting rid of him, then starting again with a new quarterback. I don't want to do that. Dose of Dion 2.0 in the building. Awesome Lions content. This guy pumps out videos like no tomorrow, and it's all quality content. I don't know how the hell you do it, bro, but shout out to you, man. Awesome Lions creator. I know you guys probably don't care about the Lions too much, but go ahead and check it.
Don't care about the Lions.
And also a brand ambassador for the Lions on fanfannetwork.com. So support him. He says Jones has potential. His cast is very bad right now. Let him grow. And yes, I think he's gone through the same thing with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is one of the greatest quarterbacks out there that I've seen. One of the best, not going to say the greatest, but one of the most talented quarterbacks that I've seen. But he's constantly getting disrespected because of the guys around him, right? Mm-hmm. So I think Dose of Dion knows what we're talking about just a bit. But I mean, Daniel Jones is no Matt Stafford right now. But still, we have to wait and see. If Peyton Manning was living in this era right now, and he were to
Peyton Manning would have been cut, bro, not even traded.
Yeah, and if he were to still have the same career that he had back then, as if he was drafted, this year or last year, had a 3-13 record, almost had a 30 for 30. I mean, pitchforks would have been out there and Tank for Trevor would be out there. What if Daniel Jones is the same way? I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to happen, but what if? What if Daniel Jones develops on from that 3-13 record in his first 16 starts, and 26 touchdowns to 17 interceptions, and the 12 lost forced fumbles? What if he just flips it like Peyton Manning did? I know that Peyton Manning was a great quarterback prospect, but what if? And I think it really could happen. I think Daniel Jones possesses all the stuff. He just tries to be the hero too many times. He tries to be the hero.
But it's like he's forced to be.
Yeah, he's forced to be. I mean, just like at Duke, how we thought about Daniel Jones at Duke is exactly how we're thinking about him now. We think that he sucks. We think that he's terrible. We think that he's not ready for the NFL. That's exactly what everybody was saying at Duke, because the guys around him, the play calling was bad. There at Duke, none of his receivers were ever drafted. Okay, none of his receivers even went to the combine. All right, I don't think any of them went to the combine. You guys can correct me on that, and you can fact check me on that one. But I don't think any of them went to the combine. Offensive line was absolute garbage. He never had time to throw. He would always have to run it himself. So Daniel Jones was Mr. Do-It-All at Duke, and now he's thinking, hey, this seems like the same situation. I'm gonna have to be a little, I'm gonna have to be Do-It-All with the Giants. Because you think about it, who does Daniel Jones really have right now? Just compare it to his time at Duke. He had no receivers. Okay, Darius Slayton can't get open. He's not a number one receiver right now. I'm sorry, just not. Okay, he's a solid. Right now, Darius Slayton's playing like a number 3.
I'll always say that is because of both himself and Jason Garrett. It's a combination.
Right, and then the play calling is terrible. Nothing's put out for him. You look at the film, and everybody wants to talk about the film. I watched the film. You guys cannot show me late in that 49ers game one freaking play that the receivers got open. I mean, it was so rare. They were always tightly covered. And that's the thing about the 49ers game that I hope that Dallas does not do to us, that they just flip a switch on us. Let me tell you, San Francisco is one of the most well-coached teams in the NFL. Just by watching that film, I can gush about how well they're coached.
At least we can say that Dallas is like down there as one of the worst coached teams in the league right now.
Right. As for offensively, they may be one of the best, but defensively, they're terrible. I mean, defensively, I forget who their defensive coordinator is now.
I was just about to ask you, who is the defensive coordinator?
But it's a guy that's terrible, and only pretty much has a job because he knows Mike McCarthy. So that's pretty much why it is. And somebody was talking about that earlier. I can't remember where, what show, what time. I don't know what it was, but somebody had said I think it was Stephen A. Smith said it. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys when he was talking about, he was saying that the coordinator only had the job because he knew Mike McCarthy has Nolan. There we go, Mike Nolan. I forgot that name sounds so familiar. Nolan. He was DC somewhere. Well, was he in Green Bay at the time where Mike McCarthy was at? Why did they hire him? They hired him because I heard that he had a really good connection with Mike McCarthy, so that's why. So,
Dallas fans are actually questioning right now whether or not Jason Garrett was the problem and if they made a mistake.
Edward Chance said James Dolan.
Oh man, I never want to meet James Dolan in my life, man.
Yeah, me neither. Yo, right now Barkley is not doing it. Well, right now Barkley is hurt, so I don't know.
Well, I get where he's coming from, though.
I get what you're saying, but you can't tell me that Wayne Gallman had a better success behind the line than Saquon Barkley is. That Wayne Gallman's better. Okay, we can't assume that. All right, so I just think the offense wasn't designed. It wasn't designed correctly for Saquon. It was just like give him the ball and then just let him run with it. I mean, you can't force Saquon to do that. I think that's what Dallas really thought. I think that's what Jason Garrett really thought. I think Jason Garrett really thought that you could just give the ball to Saquon Barkley and he's just going to work his magic. You can't force that on the guy, man. You look at week 1, they just gave him the ball, no complicated run blocking at all. Just give him the ball, block the guy in front of you to hope Saquon breaks it out. That's pretty much what they did. Mm-hmm. Jones is a huge reason why Barkley showed. Yeah, that's also a legitimate point as well. That
Barkley Jones also is not an easy running back to block for.
Right, he's not an easy running back, but he's shifty. He moves around everywhere. We'll take Saquon if you don't want to. No, I see. I want to keep him. I'm keeping him, though. And if anybody knows what a terrible running game feels like, it's my guy Dosa Dion, because before Adrian Peterson and the running game started to develop over there with Kerryon Johnson back in a couple years ago. Before that, Matt Stafford never had a 100-yard running back in his career. He was messing with like the end days of Reggie Bush, LeGarrette Blount, right? Who's the guy? Did you guys have McKissick on there, right? McKissick. I'm trying to remember any other running backs. Joique Bell. Oh God, Joique Bell was bad, wasn't he? There's a lot of running backs that came and gone with the Lions that were just like wasn't doing it, and Matt Stafford was forced to be the hero all the time. But I feel your pain, Dosa Dion. I know. That's why I'm very. Nobody's appreciative of what they have with Saquon Barkley. Nobody's appreciative. Take it from a Lions fan. He's been wanting a running back all his life, man. He wants another Barry Sanders out there, man.
You're literally gonna get another Barry Sanders.
Right, exactly. We basically have another Barry Sanders with 230 pounds, and we don't appreciate him. So guys like Dosa Dion, guys like that, other teams that can't run the ball would take Saquon Barkley in a heartbeat. Even though Saquon Barkley is, I guess, considered injury prone now, I guarantee you we would get a first-round pick for him. Guarantee. A high first. Guarantee it. Yep, worst rushing attack for a while. So if y'all want to slide Saquon over here, I'd probably cry. Yeah, man. Listen, they just don't know, man. They don't know what it's like to have, and it's crazy because the Giants know, us Giants fans know what it's like to have a terrible
2017,
running game. Yes,
2016.
We know what it's like to have a terrible running game. So why is it that we're so unappreciative of Saquon Barkley? Like we act like 2018.
Bro, I'm gonna just go out and say it, bro. Giants fans,
they don't know what they want.
They may be autistic.
They don't know what they want. And I used to think the Giants fan base was one of the. I know everybody's gonna hate me for this, but
we're one of the worst fan bases right now, bro.
It used to be one of the strongest. Like back in 2014, 2015, when we were starting to struggle more, that we didn't think it would last for a long time. So we were like, okay, we'll stick with the team. I'll stick with my team no matter what. I know we'll get better. And now we're like 7 years into this drought, and we're like, there's no hope, and everybody's just losing their minds. Everybody's just going crazy, man. Everybody's just
I guarantee you a good amount of the fans from 2014 are no longer here either. There's not that many people that stuck through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of people dropping. This fan base is now holding strong. Our fan base is quickly turning to the Philly fan base so much. We're so similar to the Philly fan base. They'll win a game, then they'll think they're winning a Super Bowl. They'll lose a game and say the team sucks. That's exactly what the Giants are going through right now. And we go through it within the offseason. I mean, we act like, I have people in my comments saying, we're going 10-6, we're going 10-6, 11-5. We lose against the Steelers. Oh my God, we're going to not win a game this year. Yeah, that's pretty much the Giants fan base right now, what we're looking at. But I mean, looking forward, I think we talked about a little bit, with the Cowboys and how we're going to look. I think we talked about it for a while, but I mean, what do you honestly think is going to happen in this game against the Cowboys?
It's
hard, right? It's hard to really.
It's hard.
We don't know what Dallas team or we don't know what Giants team we're going to get, right? We don't know
exactly. Because last time we came off of a great defensive game was coming off the Bears, and then we went into the 49ers and we had the worst game I've ever seen in my life. But I have more confidence of being consistent this time. It's like I said earlier, I can't pick the Giants to win until I see them actually win a game. I'm just going to say it's going to be a close game, and I do think we're going to hold Dallas around that 21-point mark.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to. I honestly think they're going to score 30 on us. Mm-hmm. I do think they're going to score 30 on us, and I think we'll go over guys, just get ready. Get ready to celebrate. We're going to pop the bottles when I guarantee you, hey, we're going to have a celebration in that game, okay? If they get over 16, me and you are going to celebrate. We're going to have a party in the stream, okay?
Well, I'm still not putting on a jersey until they score a touchdown.
Right, okay. Well, if they get 16, I would assume they get a touchdown. But unless they say like what Lauren said, she got sports, that they're just going to score 21 points in field goal.
If they score 21 points in field goal, I'll maybe consider putting on a jersey because that's honestly impressive in its own right. It's disappointing, but it's also impressive. But jersey staying off until we could score a touchdown.
Everybody start Graham Gano in your fantasy league. You will not be.
That's a fact, bro. Yes. He's been automatic.
Yes, he's been great. I think he missed one PA. No, he didn't miss one. He missed a field goal. He missed one field goal so far. So, but I think he'll be all right. But I'm definitely gonna start him. I have a Yahoo Fantasy League, and you can see like transaction trends there and what everybody's doing in fantasy. Everybody's picking up, even though despite Daniel Jones has been in one of the worst quarterbacks in fantasy. Everybody's picking up Daniel Jones in fantasy because he's facing the Dallas defense. That's how bad they are, man. That's how freaking bad they're picking up. I'm not even picking up Daniel Jones in fantasy. I'm not doing it. I had him in one.
I'm not.
I dropped him in one. I think against the Bears, he had single-digit points. He started off with negative, but
I just want to say right now that I just came across something here on Twitter. So the three lowest accurate passers of the season are Dwayne Haskins, Mitch Trubisky, and Carson Wentz in that order. So Carson Wentz is the worst of them, yet Mitch and Haskins have already been benched and Wentz is still out there. Wentz has 42.8%.
And think about how much Wentz is making. That's what Philly fans pissed right now. Just Nate, thank you so much for the $2 donation. He says Giants win 56-6. I'd kill for that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but imagine if it does. If it does, I think how I just criticized Giants fans for saying that one week we think we're winning the Super Bowl, the other week we think we're just a terrible team. I would probably do that. If we win 56-6, I would say we're going to the Super Bowl. How about them Giants?
If we win 56-6, bro, it's a celebration, bro. It's a party automatically.
Listen, if we win, I don't even care if it's if we win in general, I don't care if the score is 6-3. If we win in general, I will be ecstatic. Just get me a win, baby. I want to
watch it. It would be such a Giants thing. It would be such a Giants thing that we do win 63.
Right? You know what? I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care. I just wanna walk into work on a Monday and say, "Damn, my team won." That who doesn't love that feeling? Who doesn't love waking up and saying, "Yeah, the Giants won." I get to make a Victory Monday video. We can talk about the good things that happened and all that stuff. But it just the Giants are gonna have
Afghanistan says, "Nah, if we miraculously won 56-6, I'll just say, man, Dallas is trash."
Man, Dallas is trash to beat us. That we beat them that bad, huh? Oh man, I don't know, man. I hope we get the good. I hope we get the Giants that figured it out on offense and stays good on defense. That's what I really, really want.
So we didn't talk about Philly. We talked about Washington. We talked about Dallas. What would you want to talk about with Philly?
I guess we could just mention them. They are the division leaders right now. Not by quite literally a half win. By quite literally,
Philadelphia is a false prophet, bro.
yeah. Philadelphia is bad right now. But I'm actually very anxious to face them because I think we could actually. I think I would be confident in us beating them. Call me
Listen,
crazy.
listen, we have Dallas, then Washington, and Philly in a row. So if we beat Dallas, you best believe we're going on a 3-game win streak in the NFC East, bro. We beat Dallas, we're 100% beating the Redskins. And if we beat the Redskins, I got faith going into that Philly game with 2 wins behind you as momentum that we're beating them. But that's a big if.
I hope so, and especially with Kyle Allen starting, maybe we can get Daniel Jones versus Kyle Allen. I think I like Daniel Jones' chances on that one. Um, but big blue news in the building. It says Giants 0-16. Well, thank you so much for that, man, BBN. But she got sports says I want Danny to wear a visor, look good, like anything to boost morale on this team, man. Everybody wear visors, take photo shoots, look good, all that stuff, man. I just need every player's. You know what I need? You know what this team needs? Every player's girl to just get the players laid, man. Just freaking lay the players.
Doesn't Daniel Jones, this is crazy. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL, first round pick. You know what I'm saying? He's like what many people dream to be, but I'm pretty sure he still lives with his parents.
Yeah, you know what? I do. He needs to go out there and get laid,
This
man.
man, this man is making millions of dollars. He's a starting. That's all I need to say. Starting quarterback in the NFL. He's still living at home with his parents.
That's probably my first key to success, man. First
That
key to
it,
success.
all that makes me think is like this dude is my age. He's literally like a year or two older than me.
Yeah,
That's all that makes me think.
yeah. I mean, gotta move out your mom's house sometime. Daniel Jones, do it. He's making millions of dollars too. Oh, Daniel Jones split with his girl? No, you're lying. I don't even know if he had a girl. I don't
Yeah,
even
he
know
did. He did.
he did.
Draft night. You didn't see him. Him and his girlfriend were at the draft.
Well, did she look good though? I don't know.
I mean, it's Daniel Jones, bro. Of course, I gotta look this up.
It's Daniel Jones, of course, not Duke Daniel Jones. Duke Daniel Jones is a loser. I mean, let's be frank here.
Uh, as of January 2nd, there's no, they broke up, bro.
Damn, they say you losing all those games. I'm done with you. You're supposed to be a prodigy. Damn, yo, she's gonna go out.
Damn.
She about to slide in somebody else's DMs.
Over quarantine, bro.
That's crazy, bro. The man is
It,
struggling.
it
That's
was
probably why he sucks.
it
That's
was
probably why he sucks. You know
it
how
was
much a girl has power over a man. You know how much power.
you're gonna be surprised. Guess when? September 15th, they unfollowed each other on Instagram. That's right around the season start.
You threw 2 interceptions. We're done.
Bro, I'm
Oh,
so sad for the homie, bro. DJ.
she was probably getting death threats, dude. She was probably getting death threats from Giants fans. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna send you the link to the article. In you know what? Just pull up the article and share screen, bro. I'm gonna send it to you in the private chat right now.
All
Oh,
right.
that's just sad. I do feel bad for him. The man is definitely sad, bro.
Sad days, man. Sad days. Open up a new thing here. Oh, she's cute. Poor Danny Dimes. All right, let's share screen. We got this freaking website has tons of ads. They just
Yeah.
pop out of nowhere.
Shout out to the entertainer in the chat, by the way.
Entertainer, stand up.
40 luck. That's what we're saying, bro. They broke up around the start of the season, and Daniel Jones is having a bad season because he broke up with his girl, bro.
So for everybody that wanted to know, Ella Bonafide, that is, you should change your name to Jones. It's more easier. Let's see. So as New York Giants quarterback leads his team during the whatever.
Yeah, that was literally right
So
before season began, bro.
without his biggest fan, girlfriend Ella Bonafide. Jones started dating Bonafide, also 23, when they were both students at Duke University. Because of school, she missed being by Jones's side when he was drafted as number 1 or 6. But Bonafide was at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa when he made his first start for the New York Giants franchise. Oh, she was there? Oh snap!
Look how
Oh, she's
tall he
cute.
is. He's like
Yeah, she's
super tall.
cute. She's cute. She's alright. She looked way better there than she looked there. But damn, man, that sucks.
They broke up.
Oh man, that's a cute couple. Is that O'Shane Jimenez? That looks like O'Shane. Is
That's
that
just some random dude in the club,
that's
bro.
a random dude? O'Shane, what you doing over there, man? But
They really broke up, bro.
hey man, that's a cute. They look cute, man. She's cute. That's a cute girl.
Daniel Jones is in pain right now, bro. That's why he's
Yeah,
not DJ.
they're depressed, man. I'm telling
He's
you,
he's
he just needs to get laid, man. He just needs to get laid. He'll be fine.
depressed, bro. He is
He'll
in
be
depression. This man, you know what? This sounds weird, but you don't see that. Players that get drafted in the NFL, especially that high under the starters, if they're with, their girlfriends, they usually get married. Like that's what
Yeah,
you usually see in the NFL. They don't usually break up.
yeah. So that's what he needs to
That's
do.
that's actually kind of weird to see. I don't think I've ever seen a player like a starting NFL player drafted that high break up with their significant other. They usually get engaged right after. Like look at Saquon, look at Shepard. Like that doesn't happen.
Let me tell you, it's sad, but it's true. Just show her a huge freaking diamond on the ring. She'll marry you.
Oh my gosh, shut
All
up.
your problems would be gone, bro. She just wants to see the
Kid
the
Blue.
shiny gem. It's true. It's true, man. I'm sorry. That's just what a girl. Look, girls are hard to figure out, but it's sad once you figure them out. Okay. I ain't gonna. I mean, it's for some girls. That's how it is, man. For some girls, that's how it is.
Kid Blue is an incel confirmed.
Listen, right now, I'll do anything to get Daniel Jones confident and to be a Giants player. I will. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta fly over there and get him back together, I don't know, man. I will buy the ring for him. How about that?
We need a cheesy 2000s romance novel type of like reconnection between Daniel and Ella.
We need to make it like a movie, man. We need to make it like some High School Musical stuff. It needs to happen. Start bringing back some old memories, Ah, man, I would have never known how we could get 2 years. Let me see. Let me try to put this up. We could go 2 years into the future, and I still wouldn't have known. I don't care if the dude throws TDs and gets W. Unfortunately, we haven't had too many of those. Yeah, agreed. Sierra got Russell being the MVP.
Bro.
I told you, man.
Yo, Duke said that DJ fumbled his girlfriend.
He's probably picking her up. He's like, oh, somebody bumped into her. Oh, dropped her.
Oh, man.
Damn, man, that sucks. Hey, Russell Wilson's a thug, man. He out here turn the hoe into a housewife.
Shout out to Chisel Adonis. You guys know that joke.
Adonis, man. He says it all the time. Turn a hoe into a housewife.
Russell Wilson, bro.
That's what Daniel Jones used to do, man. Just listen. Tell her you in control. I'm the quarterback of the New York Giants. And anything to get your confidence up, man. Anything to get your confidence up. But yeah, guys, we're going to start ending the show soon. Probably wrap it up soon. I got to do another freaking record after this. But
you're recording a bit at this time of the night?
I got to do my dang pick show.
Oh, you still haven't done that?
Still haven't done it. So yeah, I gotta get it done and try to edit it whenever I can. It's probably gonna be up after Thursday Night Football, but I don't care. Sorry, guys. But yeah, we're gonna start ending this up. So make sure you guys put your final thoughts in the comments. Let me know what's up. She got sacked by KB US League. No, man, my girlfriend would be upset about that. Okay, I ain't sacking anybody else's girlfriend.
Yo, Ligma says DJ's girlfriend was for the streets. Trust. Oh
yeah,
my god,
DJ, you're better off without her, bro. You're better off without her, man. Just keep moving forward. You're the quarterback. You're the quarterback of the New York Giants. You'll find somebody.
Nerding Out Sports says, you think he made her his girlfriend because he was his number one read and he stared her down too long? Yo, these jokes are actually really good, bro.
Really good. That's actually really good. That's really good.
And I am excited for Attack on Titan season 4, Sajid. I've been patiently waiting for like 2 years now.
She belongs to the freeway. Oh my god, Jay, that's savage, man. She would get swooped up. Dude, girlfriend belongs
like
everyone from USC. He didn't want to be without a girl on draft night. Oh my god, you guys are savages. But all right, guys, we're gonna end this off now. Any final thoughts before we go?
Nah, I mean, thank you all for tuning in as usual, but the jokes at the end there were actually hilarious.
Yeah, we should make some memes of that, guys. Let's make it go viral. But all right, guys, we are out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in the stream. Make sure you guys like on the way out. Helps us out a lot, and we will see you guys next time.